YouTube, what it do? It's your boy Stevo'sAudacity. We back here with another video. Now, as you guys see in the title, this is part 2 of the worst job experience. If you ain't see part 1, please go back and listen to it. Thanks in advance. Okay. So I think we last left off, right? So there was a guy came to work after not so many weeks to just not even know about this guy. So he comes to work, you know. Sorry, the camera. I had to fix the camera a little bit. Okay, so he comes to work. Okay, now backtrack a little bit because, okay, so I was working, just like I said in the last video, it was me and the assistant manager, us two, for like a couple weeks, right? Manager out sick. Other dude left to a different store. So, okay, 2 people, basically 1, right? Because I was brand new. But at the same time, this guy had to train me on a couple deliveries, right? Now, this is like the second person training me. But the way he trains me is like in a different type of way. So he was more thorough by the book. It's probably how I should have been trained initially. So it's like with him, it was, you know, prop doors, tie this around this to hold this door open, throw the blanket over, you know, remove things out the way at the entrance, you know, simple stuff, but just protocol to make sure we don't damage nothing, tear up nothing, you know, simple as that. It wasn't just grab this and throw it in, you know, it was okay. Thoroughly make sure we follow these steps so we can deliver this in one piece and not cause any extra damage or piss anybody off, you know, any extra stuff. So it's a good way, but it ain't the fastest, you know. So, but I mean, better quality over quantity. So I was working with him for a couple weeks like that. So like I said, he was complaining about needing help. This new guy not showing up. I mean, the guy wasn't new, but he was new to our store. So, crazy part about this guy was he was a manager that got demoted. So now he's coming to our store. So you can imagine the type of feeling he have probably coming in. You know, honestly, if it was me, I mean, I'll be asking myself, why am I even still here? You know, you guys already demoted me. You know, but best people gonna do what they gotta do. Okay, so now I finally meet this guy. You know, you can kind of tell it's kind of like this I don't want to be here type of attitude. You know, it's like I'm here, but I'm not here. You know, I'm here to do my job, go home. You know, not really on the friendly side. I ain't tolerating no BS for nobody. Okay. Kind of a stickler a little bit. You know, and in the office setting, that can get kind of, it's weird. Because in the office setting, like, people want to try so bad to get along with you. And it's just like, we come here to work, but, you know, if you're that one person that's not interested in being cool with anybody, you're just kind of quiet and to yourself, you tend to stand out. So, I mean, me, I personally didn't have a problem with how he was acting, whatever. I mean, it's, like I said, we come here to work. Don't bother me. You know what I mean? But some people would take that offensively. So the 2 I worked with didn't like each other, right? Or, well, I'll say the assistant manager didn't like the new guy. I'll say that. But I mean, the new guy probably didn't like him either. But I mean, he wasn't as vocal about it. You could tell. But the thing is, a difference in personalities. It's just people, sometimes people just don't click. You know, you can put random people in the space, and there's people that's completely opposite. I think that's just what that was. It's just, they're just completely different. nothing in common. You know what I mean? So anyway, okay, so he comes back, whoop-de-whoop, things start going. I start working with him. Okay. He was kind of like so now it's like the third person I'm getting trained by. So he was kind of like a mix of both of them. A little bit of like kind of improv, just throw it in and get it done. And a little bit of, okay, make sure everything is secure and safe. Kind of a mix between the both, right? Because in some scenarios, it depends on scenario with him. It's like, okay, sometimes we ain't got to do all that if we don't have to. That was cool. Actually, and the crazy part is, actually, when I started working with him, that's when I seen a different side. When he in the office, it's a closed off type of personality. But in the truck, dude's like talkative, opening up, right? About a lot of stuff. And the crazy part is, like, I've heard rumors about this guy at work. People at work, bro. It's just like high school, to be honest. I know y'all like, dang, why is there so much drama going on? That's what I was saying. See, I used to work in warehouses, so I thought them were like the most dramatic drama places to work at until I stepped into office. So. But anyway, yeah, I used to hear a lot of stuff about this guy before he showed up. Like, apparently nobody liked him, right? There were accusations on his character, what he's done before. He's done this and that, right? And like me, I'm the type, I hear rumors and I hear stuff about people, but I got to meet you for myself. You know what I mean? I can't just judge a book when I ain't seen the cover yet. You might have seen it, but I haven't seen it. You know what I mean? So I don't know who I'm talking to. You know what I mean? Sometimes people, they get one opinion and that's it. They just think that's done forever, right? Like, people can't change and evolve. You know what I mean? So anyway, as I'm talking to him, school, whatever, just doing the work, boom, boom. But at the same time, I'm getting trained by all these people, but I need a partner. So, because I said I'm delivery. Technically, these people that I'm working with are supposed to be in the office doing the calls and like the credits and the sales, all types of stuff like that. They're not really supposed to be out. I mean, the credit dude was like a backup for us, but it's nice to have an actual partner, you know what I mean? So they had to give me a partner. They ended up hiring this guy that was like the cousin of the district manager there, right? Okay. So, he shows up, okay. Dude's, I'm not sure the dude's I think he has had experience there before or something, but, I could tell off rip it was certain things he didn't like about the job. So, I got that off of him immediately. So, and rightfully so, there's a lot of things we had to do that we probably shouldn't have, Well, he stayed about 2-3 days. They just gave him his shirt, right? On maybe like the third day or the second, depending. I can't remember exactly. But okay, we'll stick with the third day. They gave him his shirt. Didn't even grab it, right? Sat on the desk, forgot about it. Okay. We go do this delivery. We're supposed to. They send us out, right? Now, assistant manager gone. It's me, him, and the other guy, the credit guy. Excuse me. So the credit guy, kind of explains, but not really, right? We go to this the room was abandoned. We go to this apartment complex, right? But it was an abandoned room. We didn't know that. We went to knock on the door. As soon as we knock on the door opened. Right? We looking inside, there's nothing inside but a few pieces of furniture. So we're completely confused. Like, okay. I didn't want to step foot in there. You know what I mean? I could have went and called him back from the office, but I'm like, why? I mean, basically it was time to go to lunch. I'm like, they send us out here. Like, I'm like, why? You know what I mean? I'm like, okay. Basically, in my head, I'm thinking, okay, the customer must not be here. They probably just left their door unlocked. So that's what I was basically going to go back and say. But he ended up calling us and telling us, hey, we were supposed to go in their house and grab their stuff, snatch everything out that place, and bring it back. Apparently, that customer didn't want it no more. They didn't want none of that furniture. It was supposed to be for her sons or something. And they ended up moving out of that place. Nobody lives in that place, but the furniture's just sitting there. And we were supposed to be the ones who grabbing it, right? I'm barely new. He's brand new. And we're grabbing couches, bed-size beds. I don't know how to thoroughly check nothing. Thank God it was never no bugs or nothing on me or never caught nothing. But yeah, we was just supposed to go in here and grab this, right? some reason I was like, okay, let's get this over with. You know what I mean? I was kind of tripping, but not as much as the other guy, where he was like, oh man, screw this. The man stepped in that building, right? He looked around, he went back outside, and he hopped on the phone. So when he hopped on the phone, I already knew, like, what was going on. Like, I mean, I'm kind of grabbing, like, lamps and stuff, trying to get some stuff out. But I already knew he pacing around the parking lot, walking around on the phone. Like, okay, we gonna see. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's over with. So I asked him, I said, you gonna help me? I thought he was gonna help me take the stuff out at least. He tell me, I got something to tell you. I'm about to put my 2 weeks in. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah. He's like, yeah, I'm about to leave. I'm like, you leaving today? Like, yeah, I'm probably out of here. I'm like, well, you at least help me with the stuff? He's like, yeah, I can help you. He's like, yeah, I'll help you. Sits on the phone about 10 more minutes, 10, 15 more minutes. Then he comes back in. Helps me pick up this couch and carries it to the door. We didn't make it out the door. He said, man, fuck this. I'm about to go back and tell him I quit. I'm going to tell him you good, though. I'm like, bruh, I can't lift no couch for myself anyway. I know I'm good. I said, I know I'm good. Right. Man, we go back to that store. The guy bought pizza for us and everything, right? He had pizza for us and everything waiting there. I guess trying to have a nice gesture, So it's kind of crazy. This guy walks into the store telling him, hey, yeah, I put my 2 weeks in. And the guy just, he spoils lunch for the day. But he stays to eat the lunch. He told me he put his 2 weeks in. He left after he ate the food. So guess what? Me and the other guy had to go back there and grab that furniture and bring it back in. My manager was pissed. I mean, the one that was out for COVID, he was pissed. Like, I guess the guy tried to come back for some reason, they was like, nah, it's done. So, I was the end of that partner. And then but after him, I ended up getting this other guy, right? I ended up getting this other guy. So I was back working with the credit guy for a minute until I got this other guy, right? He comes in, the older dude. He don't even look like it though. I couldn't tell. They say our skin. You know what I mean? Some black don't crack to some people, man. But yeah, I couldn't tell. Dude was probably like twice my age at the time. So, but I'm sitting here talking to him, you know what I mean? Like, instantly click. You know when people instantly click with? Yeah, I'm like, okay, we about to be straight. You know what I mean? He was smaller than the other partner, right? The other partner, right, that left off eating the food, about a 6'2" 6'3" guy, over 250 something pounds, whatever. I'm thinking like, oh yeah, this about to be easy, moving furniture and stuff in and out. But this guy, he was smaller, but still he was way better. He moved stuff so easy. Problem, he was always ready to jump up and do stuff. Like, yeah. Solid individual, man. Shout out to him, man. You ever see this? Shout out to the other guy too, you know what I mean? But yeah, that was probably the person I clicked, one of the people I clicked with the most there. You know what I mean? So, we was at it. We was getting our stuff done. And as time went by, we working there, we started seeing stuff. You know what I mean? The job itself, it was certain things that was happening there that was like, okay. The behaviors and stuff. We realized how, how like it seemed like it's going so well where it's like, and I ain't even a negative person, but something like it's going so well where it's like, wait, hold on, what's the catch to this? This is way too good to be true. Yeah, it was one of the moments there where this job was like, hold on, wait, this junk is way too smooth. This manager is way too relaxed on certain stuff. I need to see what's going on. So I mean, I could say like I was trying to tell dude because I mean like I said off the interview we kind of that was even like, yeah, this is a unorthodox job. He quote unquote. And then as we working, he was kind of helping us behind our backs. This guy would jump up if somebody was out for the day. He'd jump in the truck or help us. As a manager, he's literally in and out the store doing stuff on his own. Right? He dissing the people in the office though. He's dissing his assistant managers at the same time. But this guy's quick on his feet with helping in any type of way. Like very active dude. As a manager I've ever seen before. Never seen nobody like this before, for being honest. Wasn't too strict on punctuality of time, us getting there, leaving out. I mean, I still try to stay on time as best as I could, you know what I mean? But if I had a late day or I told him, hey, I'm about to come, you don't really care. All right, see you when you get here. You know what I mean? It's one of them, so. We just like, hold on, there's this, and I've never seen a manager like this. I mean, it was a catch, though. It was a catch to it. You know what I mean? I remember he came in outside, I slept late, literally just overslept. I mean, I was going to make up something, but, he called me right out the... Said, you awake? You sleeping well? You dreaming well? I'm like, wow, I'm thinking I'm about to get written up or something. He said, He said, well, see you when you get here. I'm thinking like, oh, snap. So I come to work like thinking like, okay, probably gonna have a talk or something. I come to work, he's in a whole onesie outfit with the little hoodie on, throwing this little Care Bear outfit, walking around the Care Bear outfit the whole day in the office, taking calls and talking to customers all day. And he was doing it to kind of, because he was so stressed out about this job, is to kind of psych himself out, to laugh at himself. So I was like, okay, that's a different way to think about it. I'm like, it's actually kind of clever. You think about it. He wear this, he put on this little goofy outfit to have fun in a way while he's stressing out about this job. Again, he did a lot of stuff I've never heard and seen before. But, that's what both of us, me and the partner, we couldn't believe it. We was like, okay, yeah, this is really that. So, thank you guys for tuning in. Leave it right there again. Like and subscribe if you're interested. Tap into the last video if you didn't see the first one. Leave a comment, share. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.